More frequent floods, food shortages, drought, and increasing clashes over land between farmers and herders are some of the devastating impacts of climate change. Even with a rapid scale-up of adaptation action, climate change will still have an impact. So the risk of losses and damages from climate change is growing. Africa loses between $7 and $15 billion a year to climate change, and this could rise to $50 billion a year by 2040.
President Adesina.
To the president of the African Development Bank, adaptation is Africa's main priority.
The African Adaptation Acceleration Program is Africa's bold solution to climate adaptation. Let's show our support for Africa by providing the $12.5 billion needed to meet the financing target for the program. Goodwill, equity, trust, and support are critical. Let's deliver that for Africa.
At a side event on Nigeria's effort on climate change adaptation at the COP, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs says the country is promoting disaster risk reduction governance in various areas, including climate change, adaptation, and mitigation measures.
The key thing is how to build resilience of these vulnerabilities, not just supporting them with mature intervention, but how to support them also to build on their resilience, build on their life.
At the end of the day, leaders commit to a shift towards locally led adaptation through over 70 endorsements to the principles for locally led adaptation and over $450 million mobilized for initiatives and programs enhancing locally led approaches. $232 million has been committed to the Adaptation Fund, the highest single mobilization to the fund, and more than double the previous highest collective mobilization, with a $20 million contribution from the United Kingdom. But in the negotiating rooms, ambitions are not meeting commitments.
We need to accelerate the process going forward. So I'm hoping that what we will be seeing coming out of here is, of course, a strong reaffirmation of the commitment, but then also indications on how we are going to be addressing those gaps and how we are going to, what are going to be our tools to accelerate the transition to a low-carbon world.
But nearly 2 billion of the most vulnerable people still with little or no protection from climate hazard, such as floods, drought, and heat waves. Not only are the funds announced here important, making sure temperature does not rise further is even more important to them. Ayola Kasim, Channels Television News.